up, guys? My name is Reilly. Here with Rob, and we are going to take you guys out for a little look and test drive of the new 2023 Subaru WRX. I mean, I can already tell it's got a little pick up and go to it, you know. So Rob, what kind of specs has this thing got for the new model year? I mean, I know they did the whole redesign, and just kind of, you know, give me a little overview of what the car has to offer.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the base model. It does have the 271 horsepower, 2.4 liter four-cylinder engine. The box engine, same engine they've been using these cars for years. All-wheel drive system, obviously the symmetrical all-wheel drive that Subarus are known for. Now this base model does have the optional Subaru Performance transmission, which is the CVT transmission. Does come with a 6-speed manual transmission as well if you prefer that, but this is the automatic here. You're gonna get the dual zone screens here.
Yeah, the screens are massive. I mean, I really like how they did the one on the top and the one on the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. So you got one for all your climate, one for like your Apple CarPlay system, which is kind of cool.
I mean, the automatic shift's pretty nice too. I mean, I know most people would probably prefer the manual, especially for the driving experience on this car. But the automatic definitely, it shifts quick.
It does. That's the thing that a lot of people don't realize about these cars, is that the automatics usually can shift faster than the average person can. So it's actually a little bit quicker. Now,
this is the base model, but I mean, it still comes with some pretty nice features. I mean, you got the red stitching here on the shift knob. You got the red stitching here on the seats.
Yeah.
Obviously, you got the dual screen infotainment. How does the car drive overall? You know, like with all the suspension and just the driving experience in this car, because that's usually why people would buy a car like this is strictly for the, you know, the driving experience and the performance of it.
Right. So this is actually super comfortable. There is another model, the GT package, which gives you like adjustable suspension and everything. They make it even more comfortable. Gives you like a track mode and everything like that. But this, just a base suspension, it's super comfortable. It's on that Subaru Global platform, so you don't really feel any bumps or anything like that in the road. Plus, you got these bucket seats.
Yeah, the bucket seats are super nice. They they hug you a little bit, you know, when you're going around corners. It kind of catches you on the side.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What kind of? I mean, the price range of this car is also fair as well. I mean, I think the sticker price on this is what, right around 35.
Yeah, just under 35 for this one right here.
Now, as you go up into the higher trims, you know, what kind of other add-ons are you gonna get once you start going up in price?
Yeah, so once you go to the next package up, you get the premium. It's gonna give you the 11.6-inch display. So instead of having two screens, it's all built into one massive screen. You get the optional things like moonroof once you get to the upper packages. Blind spot monitors are optional on the upper packages as well.
Performance-wise, you know, it's how the gas. Well, it seems a little touchy, you know. If you put a little pressure on the gas, it's gonna go a little bit, I'm sure.
Yep. So one of the reasons for that is because it is that symmetrical all-wheel drive. It's instant power to all four wheels.
Yep.
So even though it's not as much horsepower as a lot of cars out there, you know, you look at some of the Audis and everything that's pushing like 300 horsepower plus. But this one, because it's that instant power to all four wheels, it's actually a lot quicker off the line.
Yeah, I kind of got that feeling when we first drove it off the lot. You know, I mean, going around this corner right here, there's not a whole lot of roll either. You know, it sticks to the ground pretty well. It sounds pretty good too. Even the stock exhaust, I heard it when you were starting it up, and it sounded pretty nice.
Oh yeah. So you do get the quad exhaust on this thing. Now, like you said, it's just a stock exhaust.
Yeah.
But you get that rumble, which is really nice. That's what a lot of people are looking for in these cars.
Now, I know a lot of people kind of, when they introduced the new 2023 model, it kind of got that whole body redesign. I know a lot of people were kind of skeptical on the way it looked, but it's growing on me.
Yeah, it's growing on me too. I mean, at first, just looking at it, you see the plastic cladding on the back, the plastic bumper. Not everyone loves that styling, but this car isn't just about the styling. A lot of it's about the actual performance of the car itself.
Yeah.
So looks-wise, it might not be as aggressive as it used to be, but driving it is more fun than the previous generation.
Yeah.
A little bit smoother, a little bit quieter, more power, obviously. Plus, with the bigger engine, they're anticipating that people are going to be able to actually tune them and modify them and get more power out of this engine, because it's a bigger engine, the 2.4 liter compared to the 2.0 that we had before. But it's actually down-tuned a little bit because they know that people are going to be modifying these cars and pushing out a lot more
So they're definitely they're gearing towards, you know, their audience. You know, they expect
exactly
people to, you know, maybe do some upgrades within the engine and other cosmetic things, which I think is really cool. That, you know, Subaru's kind of going after their fan base. And
for sure.
Their whole demographic. Now, when that guy pulled off the road, I saw that the lane departure came up. So what are some of the safety features that come, you know, standard on the base model?
So on the base model, or any of the models that have the Subaru Performance transmission, you're gonna get the eyesight system. So you have the 2 cameras by the front windshield. Those cameras are watching the lines on the road. If you go over the lines like we just did, it's gonna beep at you to let you know that you're merging over the lines, and that's your lane departure warnings. It also has your pre-collision braking system built into the cameras. So if someone were to cut out in front of me, or if a car in front of me slammed on their brakes, it's going to notify me. And if I don't have enough time to react, those cameras will actually make sure it cuts power to the engine, and it will apply the brakes before it hits somebody, which is nice.
Yeah, I mean, Subaru's always been known for, you know, their safety features and their reliability. And that's really nice that you get all those standard on the base model, especially at this price point.
Yeah, exactly. So this one does have the optional auto-dimming mirror, the auto-dimming exterior mirrors with the approach light as well, which is kind of cool. That way, if you know that Ford F-150 with the bright blue LED headlights is behind you, these mirrors are all going to dim for you.
Now, is that something that's fairly new on these models?
So it's an optional package. They've had that for a little while, but that's just something that this car specifically is equipped with. Also, once you get one that has a Subaru Performance transmission, you're going to get some extra driving styles on the right hand of the steering wheel. So you have Sport, Sport Sharp, and Intelligent mode. So you get 3 different driving styles. Intelligent mode is going to base it off of better fuel economy. It doesn't let the RPMs go quite as high. Right now we're driving in Sport mode, which is kind of like that middle ground. So the RPMs go kind of high, but it's still focusing on a good mix of fuel economy and power. If we put into Sport Sharp mode, it's going to focus more on letting those RPMs really open up, get into the 4,000 and 5,000 RPMs, and it gives you a lot more power. I mean, this opens up this car completely. So it's a totally different driving experience once you put the car into Sport Sharp mode.
I mean, I could feel it as soon as you hit that button, you know, the RPMs kind of kicked up, and it definitely seemed like it was ready to go.
Yeah.
It's such a comfortable ride, you know. Like some of these roads out here aren't the best, and it's, you know, it feels centered to the road. I mean, when we're going around the corners, there's really not a whole lot of play with the body roll. It's just overall, in my opinion, a pretty comfortable car, especially riding passenger. I don't really know about driving, but it seems like it's a great driving experience.
Yeah, so I drive a 2021 WRX STI with the Recaro seats. These seats are actually a little bit more comfortable than I have. Still has that that bucket feel where it's really hugging you on the sides, but they're a lot more comfortable than what I was expecting, especially in the base model. Yeah,
I mean, you really do get a whole lot in this car for the base model, and it's a pretty favorable price point as well. Shifts so quick.
It does.
It gets up and goes.
Yeah, I mean, that was just going almost 80 miles an hour right there, and it took like 3 seconds to get there. I mean, this thing shifts so quick.
And it feels like you're not even going that fast. You know, inside the cabin's so quiet, and it's just everything is so calm in here, especially when you're getting up to, you know, those highway speeds.
Yeah, it sneaks up on you because you don't realize you're going that fast in these cars because of how comfortable and quiet it is.
And now this, on the outside, the rims, it comes with, I think, 18-inch alloy wheels, I believe?
So you get the 18-inch alloy wheels in the premium and above. The base model, like this one's going to give you the 17-inch wheels, but you get the same tires, the Sport Max, the Dunlop Sport Max Performance Summer tires.
Now, what's the gas mileage like on these cars?
So something like this, you're going to be getting anywhere from the mid to high 20s, depending on your driving style.
Yep.
The Sport Performance transmission actually gets a little bit better fuel economy than the manual transmission, so if that's a concern, just another way to save a couple bucks at the gas pump.
Absolutely. The user interface is super clean. Like, I like, even not connected, we're not connected to CarPlay or Android Auto right now, but even the whole layout of it is pretty clean. I mean, it's definitely user friendly. I know some cars have, you know, pretty pretty bad menu systems, I mean, this seems to be pretty workable in my opinion.
Yeah, that's always been a huge thing for Subaru, is making sure everything is as user-friendly as possible. So they don't want to make it feel like you're driving a spaceship. A lot of it, even on the display here, you're going to notice that you have actual physical buttons for a lot of things on there, because some people, especially when they're buying a Subaru, they want to know that there's more than just a touchscreen. A lot of cars out there, it's just a screen. So there's no physical buttons for anything. This one's going to give you a button for front defrost, rear defrost, and for your temperature, as well as like your volume and your tune for the radio.
Yep.
So you do get some actual buttons, which a lot of people are going to like that real feel of a button, compared to just some screens that are just all one touch screen and everything's integrated onto the screen.
And then you get an LCD display between the 2 gauge clusters, which is also nice. You get your time, obviously your temperature, your speed, your miles per gallon, which is nice.
Yeah, and this screen you can actually change, so there's going to be some buttons down here in the steering wheel. If you just pull either the up or the down button towards you, you can cycle through different screens. You can see what's playing on the radio. You can see your tire pressure, so if that light comes on, you know exactly which tire needs the air.
Yep.
You can see how long the car's been running for, how many miles you've driven, your average fuel economy, trip A, trip B. And then what a lot of people are going to like is it does have a boost gauge built into the car.
Nice.
Yeah, so
I
you can
see that.
exactly how much peak boost is coming out of that turbo.
And down here we have your 12 volt input right down here, and then you got an auxiliary port, and then you got 2 USB ports.
Yep.
So definitely you're not lacking in the technology department. And you also have an electronic parking brake, I saw, which is definitely nice.
Yeah. So that is something that is specific to the Subaru Performance transmission, that automatic transmission. To get the manual, it does still have a physical manual parking brake.
The whole look and feel of the car too. You get the carbon fiber here along the door trim. It's a good feel. I think it's definitely you're definitely getting what you're paying for.
Yeah, exactly. And this is a base model, but there's really nothing basic about it. I mean, it's super well equipped all the way around with just about everything people are looking for anyway.
Well, thank you everybody for joining along. I'm Reilly.
I'm Rob.
And this was your 2023 Subaru WRX model tour. Catch you next time.